Coffee. Is it good for you or bad for you? And what should you pay attention to when you buy coffee? I'm Jackie Almer. Grab my guide over at lowertoxiclife.com, where you get all the recipes, the grocery guides, shopping lists, and how to read labels and more. All right, so coffee is an individual thing. And of course, if you go out to Mr. Google's going to tell you a lot of different things about whether coffee is healthy for you or not healthy for you. And what I've learned is that it's an individual bodily function and choice. For some people, coffee is fine. For others, maybe not a fit. I'm the same way with oats and oatmeal. Some people do great with it. My body doesn't like it. Does it mean it's not healthy? Does it mean it's not a great choice for others? No, it just simply means I've body hacked, tested, and tried, and it doesn't work for me. Now, I will tell you, I am not a traditional regular coffee drinker. I do a version of bulletproof coffee that I learned from Dave Asprey, and I do my own version, and you'll see the link here. You can go hit that, and I will give you my recipe. I didn't grow up drinking coffee. I grew up in a family that drinks coffee, but interestingly, me and my brother, neither one are coffee drinkers. Now, most of it's because I just never liked the taste of it. I love the smell of it, don't like the taste of it. But over time, as I listened to Dave Asprey and I listened to different podcasts and I listened to different people talk about coffee and healthy fats in coffee and, the power that it does for the brain and getting rid of brain fog and satiating the body and healthy fats and all of that, one day I decided, you know what? I'm just going to explore coffee. I'm going to make a cup of coffee, put some butter in it, do some different things, and see how that feels for me. And if I don't like it, I just pour it down the drain, right? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. If I don't try it, and it's just a waste of a little bit of coffee and butter if I don't like it. Well, I didn't love it just as it was, but over time, as you'll see in my recipe, I began to develop my own version of it, which for me is mold-proof, organic coffee, some grass-fed butter, MCT oil, cinnamon, maca powder, a little sprinkle of nutmeg, and then coconut cream, full-fat coconut cream, and coconut water. And I blend all that up, and it is fabulous. Now, back to coffee. Is it good for you? Well, what I've learned is I've learned and listened to my own body. Now, I will tell you, Starbucks coffee is not a fit for me. Starbucks coffee does not do well with me. And I've heard that it's one of the moldiest coffees out there. And it's funny, without a doubt, the one complaint that I hear consistently is people are like, oh my God, that's like burnt coffee. Who likes Starbucks burnt coffee? Well, not me. And as I cleaned out my body and detoxed it, got rid of the chemicals, I was in an airport probably about a year ago, and my flight got delayed. I'd been up. It was a long, long day. And I finally thought, I'm going to go get a cafe mocha. And actually, I just ordered a coffee. I had all the fixings for my bulletproof coffee with me. And I thought, I'm just going to get a coffee, mix it up with my stuff because I travel with it and enjoy that. Well, oh my gosh, I started feeling terrible, absolutely terrible. And I figured out it was the mold and the chemicals in the coffee. So just a few that I really like. So all that to say, I highly recommend, again, always test and body hack yourself and see what you come up with as to whether it's a fit for you. But this was Dave Asprey's original company, which he is not invested in anymore. He might be invested in, but he's not an owner. I don't know what his partnership is with them, but I still use Bulletproof Coffee. I can't think of the name of his coffee company right now, but I will link it below if I think of it. So I still use Bulletproof Coffee, mold-free, toxin-free, and, ethically sourced, all the good things. I also like the Four Sigmatic Think brand, okay? Think organic coffee. It has the USDA approved label on it. And this particular one has lion's mane and chaga mushrooms. And then this is a local cardiologist, cardiology coffee. And I'm going to see, I will link this below too. It's the Paleo Cardiologist. Jack Wolfson is his name. And you can go to, I believe, Paleo Cardiologist.com. It'll take you to his site and you can actually order this if you want. I've actually been to his clinic. I've gone to a couple of workshops there because he's in Scottsdale where I live, but this is great coffee as well. Now, some other possibly not so great options, Trader Joe's cold brew coffee. And it's a concentrate. It says 100% Arabica beans. I don't even know how to pronounce that because I'm not a coffee drinker. It has coffee and filtered water, but it doesn't have any of the labeling for organic, mold-free, or any of that. And I will tell you, mold-free is more important than organic. This is another coffee, Wide Awake by Odessa. This is a private label. If you are familiar, if you are an ED music listener, this is Odessa. My daughter brought this home as well, but same thing. So it's private labeled. It's roasted out of Bellingham, Washington, but nowhere on here does it state that it's organic or ethically sourced or any of that. Do I know that it is or isn't? No, but what I do know is, as I like to do, I body hack myself. I tested it, tried it. My body doesn't love it. And then, of course, good old Sprouts, which I love. But same thing, their bulk coffee, not typically such a great source. I can smell this. This is the one my husband uses, which is usually like some kind of foo-foo-y flavored coffee. I add my own flavoring with the cinnamon, the nutmeg, vanilla bean, whatever. But this particular one, nowhere in there does it say mold-free or organic. And the other thing is it has natural flavors. And if you follow my channel, you know that natural flavors as a label is a marketing ploy, and it typically leads to a chemical cocktail, if you will. So those are my suggestions for coffee. I personally, there are a lot of people who do coffee enemas. I haven't tried that yet. I'm considering it. I use coffee as a scrub for my face. I use coffee grounds as a scrub for my tile and granite and different things like that. And it works beautifully. I'll put a link below to my many uses for coffee and grounds after the fact. But my biggest thing is, if you're going to try coffee or continue to drink coffee, make sure that it's mold-free and organic. And then one of the things that I do, because I am all about lower toxicity with plastics, I bought this little metal, it's tea or coffee strainer, and I brew my coffee. You can see the coffee grounds in there. I brew my coffee, I boil the water, I pour it into this stainless steel cup, pour it right over there to the top. This is 12 ounces. That's all I need a day for my bulletproof coffee. I let it steep and stew kind of like a French press. And then I use the coffee from that. And then it's not brewing through all the plastics of a Keurig or any of those, even, just the old fashioned Mr. Coffee. There's so much plastic in those. And I just try to avoid it. And especially since I'm not making an entire pot, I just need 12 ounces. All right. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel like the cool people. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite brand of coffee is. And if you've body hacked yourself and have figured out some of the differences for you in how coffee settles in your body. Grab my guide over at lowertoxiclife.com.